Hi friends, my name is Little Miss Mabel, and today we're going to be talking about the top 8 creepiest places on my list that you can visit. And these places have either an unsettling feeling, creepy lore, or out of the ordinary physical appearance. The world is covered in haunts, frights, and grim memorials. From lavish decor made of human bone to eerie dolls, abandoned towns, and death-defying drops, the world offers a mix of natural and supposedly paranormal frights, and a number of goosebump-inducing sights scattered across the globe. Number 8. The Door to Hell, Derweze, Turkmenistan. The Derweze gas crater, Turkmen media use the name Shining of the Karakum, also known as the Door to Hell or the Gates of Hell, is a natural gas-filled collapse into a cavern near Derweze, Turkmenistan. Soviet geologists may have intentionally set it on fire to prevent the spread of methane gas, and it is thought to have been burning continuously since 1971. But this has been disputed. The Turkmen government hopes that the crater will become a popular tourist attraction. The surrounding area is also popular for wild desert camping. Number 7. Suicide Forest, Aokigahara, Yamanashi Prefecture, Japan. Aokigahara, also known as the Sea of Trees, is a forest on the northwestern flank of Japan's Mount Fuji, thriving on 30 square kilometers of hardened lava laid down by the last major eruption of Mount Fuji. The western edge of Aokigahara, where there are several caves that fill with ice in winter, is a popular destination for tourists and school trips. Parts of Aokigahara are very dense, and in the porous lava absorbs sound, helping to provide visitors with a sense of solitude. The forest has a historical reputation as a home to Yurei, which means ghost of the dead, in Japanese mythology. In recent years, Aokigahara has become known as the Suicide Forest, one of the world's most used suicide sites. Signs at the head of some trails urge suicidal visitors to think of their families and contact the Suicide Prevention Association. Estimated 50 to 100 people commit suicide in the forest, and a lot of these boys have still not been found. If you like horror movies, I would suggest watching The Forest, which is based off this area. Number 6. Church of Bones, Sedlec, Ossuary, Czech Republic. The Sedlec Ossuary, also known as the Church of Bones, is one of the most unusual chapels you will ever see. If you think that you saw everything in your life, well, think again. The Sedlec Ossuary is nothing spectacular on the outside. It is a small chapel located in Sedlec, in the suburbs of Kutna Hora in the Czech Republic. You would think that it is just an average old medieval Gothic church. As you enter the Sedlec Ossuary, though, you will soon realize why it is one of the most amazing and unique churches in the world. The Sedlec Ossuary is artistically decorated by more than 40,000 human skeletons. Thus, it is also known as the Church of Bones, or as the Bone Church. One of the most fascinating artistic works inside the Sedlec ossuary is the big chandelier of bones that lies in the center of the church. The immense chandelier contains at least one of every human bone. Number 5. The real town of Silent Hill, Centralia, Pennsylvania, United States. While the environment of Silent Hill seems as though it could only exist in nightmares, it is actually a very real place with a devastating history. The town of Silent Hill, West Virginia, is actually Centralia, Pennsylvania. In May 1962, the town ordered to have the local landfill burned in an attempt to clean up the waste. The fire spread through unsealed tunnels and openings that led to an abandoned coal mine, thus igniting the fire that burns to this day. Local firefighters were unable to cease the burning, and the government quickly decided that the town needed to evacuate for their safety. Just as in the film, the air in Centralia is dangerous and it is recommended people do not expose themselves to the environment for long periods of time. While most people left, a few stayed in hopes that the fire would stop. One of the only remaining buildings is a church that still is in use. Silent Hills are very similar in this regard, as only a few citizens remain in the West Virginia town and continue to attend church services. Number 4. Island of the Dolls, Mexico City, Mexico. Over 50 years ago, Don Julian Santana left his wife and child and moved onto an island on Texulio Lake in the Xochimilco canals. According to some, a young girl actually drowned in the lake, while most others, including his relatives, say that John Julian Santana merely imagined the drowned girl. Regardless, he devoted his life to honoring this lost soul in a unique, fascinating, and for some people, in an unnerving way. Eventually, Don Julian transformed the entire island into a kind of bizarre, for some people horrifying, doll-infested wonderland. In 2001, Don Julian Santana was found drowned in the same area in which he believed the little girl had died. Number 3. Hill of Crosses, Šiauliai, Lithuania. The Hill of Crosses is a Christian pilgrimage site with a collection of over 200,000 wooden crosses erected on a small hill in Lithuania. The crosses are thought to have first started appearing after the 1831 uprising against Russian ruling. Relatives with no bodies to bury erected crosses and crucifixes on the hill. The hill was bulldozed twice during a later Russian occupation as religion was forbidden, but Lithuanians continued to sneak to the hill and plant the crosses, despite KGB agents patrolling the area. When Lithuania obtained its independence in 1991, the hill came to signify identify religion and heritage for Lithuanians. Pilgrims continued to descend to plead with Jesus for miracles. Number 2. Hanging Coffins, Sagada, Philippines. The people of Sagada follow a unique burial ritual. The elderly carve their own coffins out of hollowed logs. If they are too weak or ill, their families prepare their coffins instead. The dead are placed inside their coffins, sometimes breaking their bones in the process of fitting them in, and the coffins are brought to a cave for burial. Instead of being placed into the ground, the coffins are hung either inside the caves or on the face of the cliffs, near the hanging coffins of their ancestors. The Sagada people have been practicing such burials for over 2,000 years, and some of the coffins are well over a century old. Eventually, the coffins deteriorated and fall from their precarious positions. The reasons the coffins were hung was due to the belief that the higher the dead were placed, the greater chance of the spirits reaching a higher nature in the afterlife. Many of the locations in the coffins are difficult to reach and obviously should be left alone out of respect, but can be appreciated from afar. Finally, we've come to number 1, Chernobyl, Ukraine. When reactor number 4 ignited on April 26, 1986, firefighters rushed to the scene, oblivious and unprepared for the meltdown. Within days, many died from acute radioactive sickness. Today, the reactor is enclosed in a massive steel and cement sarcophagus, designed to keep uranium isotopes from entering the atmosphere. The cement has already leaked radioactive lava, with the reactor still capable of fires and explosions. It has been more than 30 years since the meltdown of reactor number 4 in Ukraine's Chernobyl nuclear power plant, an unprecedented man-made disaster that affected much of Europe. Radiation levels are still high, but with a Geiger counter and the right permits, visitors can safely enter the 18-mile exclusion zone on guided day tours. What you'll encounter is straight out of a horror movie. We've come to the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Would you guys visit any of these creepy places? I'm not sure if I would ever visit the Doll Island. It just seems super creepy for me. If you would, then please leave a comment below or just say hi. Up to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye, friends.